You must never fuck on another man's balls. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka a guy who just ate a handful of spaghetti. 'Cause I could. Today's subject: demons in supernatural manga and anime. Manga is technically comics, so the subject counts. One series that I need to get back into is Kimetsu no Yaiba Demon Slayer, or is it Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, or is it just Kimetsu no Yaiba, or is it just Dancing All the Time on Your Grave, the sequel. But yeah, one thing I appreciate with that series is that the monsters in that show have a lot of variety to them. Some of them look like just humans in disguise, but they morph to turn into cool spiders and really creepy, classical yokai designs. And the vast majority of them don't just look like frickin' elves. Or worse, just regular humans, but with multicolored hair, or different, like yellow eyes or some shit. Doesn't that piss you off? Doesn't that piss you off? You think of demons, you think of these monstrous, formless creatures, and of all sorts of variety. And yet, so many of them in a lot of these animes and mangas, and manga animes and anime-mangas, they're just regular-ass looking humans. Sometimes with different ears, but most of the time just regular-ass looking humans. Probably the worst of it to me was Beelzebub. Anyone remember that show? At all? Does anyone remember that show? Oh, that was a blip. That was a disco blip, wasn't it? Yeah, pretty much all of the demons just looked like regular ass people. Pretty much all of them. Some of them had weird, fins for ears. Also, why did they have fins for ears? That's not really a demon thing. It's more like a fish person thing. You're kind of mixing up things here. Beelzebub was funny, but I don't know. Also, Oga doesn't get with Hilda at the end, so what's the goddamn point, you know? Ugh. Yu Yu Hakusho has quite a few elf people and just multi-haired people, but it also has some creativity, like actual monster-looking bastards. That's good. That's good. Of course, my new favorite, Don to Don. Yeah, they got all sorts of crazy yokai and aliens. I love it, baby. Bleach. The Arrancar look unique. A lot of them. They got those weird hollow scars and everything. Most of the soul people, though, they kind of, just look like regular-ass people, It's just, be creative, It's just, the idea of, demons looking like regular people isn't new, but, it's you look at, the devil shows up and he looks like just a businessman. You're under the impression that that's not his true form, There's a shadow with bat wings or something. Mr. Applegate will be like, oh, my hoof, some shit like that. But just having it so that they're just regular ass friggin' people, and they just, with their regular asses, it's meh, blah blah blah, Think of another example. What was that one? That horrible harem anime, Shuffle, based on a dating simulator. Yeah, the demons in that, multi-haired and elf ears. I think the gods too. Also, the premise of that show is a world where the land of the gods and the land of demons have crossed over into the real world, and what we're focusing on is the goddamn love giga triangle, giga hexahedron between this one normal ass shonen protagonist and a bunch of ladies. Terrible series. Terrible series. Ugh. Also, while we're on the subject of like demons and oni and anime and manga, yeah, what is up with your lady oni people? Like these weird. Why do you make them just look like regular ass people with these creepy as all hell flesh colored horns? Just one flesh colored horn. And like, why don't they have fangs? You know. Don't get me wrong. I love Loom from Urusei Yatsura as much as the next guy, but like, even she at least had horns. She had fangs sometimes. She electrocuted. Yeah, there's that. There's that! But the flesh-colored horns, it's just creepy. I feel like you could, flesh-colored horns are weird. They're just weird. Why, is that a fetish thing? Do you like your lady to have a flesh-colored horn on her head? Is that what gets you off? Ugh. Okay, what else have we got under the subject? What's that one show about the blood guys? The guy with the eyeballs? The lemur? There's this one character that was said to be a werewolf, but she never turned into a werewolf once. You know what I'm talking about. Shit, not JJK. Blood something. Blood Brigade. Bloody blood. I don't know. Volts was the one guy who slept with everybody, and his boss had red hair and had fangs. I need to watch more of that show, but yeah. I think he at least has 3 eyes, and also the guy he's based on isn't even traditionally a demon, an ice princess, so they're meant to look like humans, so that's actually pretty accurate. Yeah. But still, Yu Yu Hakusho, there was still a lot of human-ass looking demons in that show, and it's like, why do all these demons look just like humans? What's going on there? It's weird. Yeah. Why was your only gay couple in that show 2 bad guys? You couldn't have had a nice gay couple? Or is that weirdly progressive that they have 2 gay supervillains who aren't criticized, mocked for being gay? Oh, isn't that the moral question of the decade? Of course, Kuwabara did feel grossed out about, what's his face's cohort? Yeah. Possibly dated. Human-looking demons. In anime and manga. Ooh. Blue Exorcist. Blue Exorcist is the biggest fucking offender of that. I hate the designs of so many of those characters. They look terrible. There's so many. And I'm confused what Satan is in that show. It's, very confusing. Does that show go by the traditional Judeo-Christian myths, or what is going on in that show? Did anyone know what was going on in that show? Ugh. And also, Yukio Yukio. Yukio. Oh, you had problems. Ugh. That show had problems. It wasn't very creative. Half-demon son of the devil who's, said to take over the world, but wants to train to be a hero. Raven from Teen Titans, pretty much. Just because it's a manga and anime doesn't make it clever. Reusing the same tropes. Elves, demons, elves, demons, elfid demon, elfie demons, demon elves, demon elves, demon elves, demon elves. Oh yeah, also sometimes when they're alien races, but they also look straight up human. That I'm just marginally conflicted on, because they're just maybe they're human have the same ancestry or parallel development. Why does that bother me less than demons, though? Because the aliens are from another world that just happen to evolve similarly to us, and demons are supposed to be like cool, shape-shifting, monstery bobs. That's probably it. That's probably it. I got any more steam on this topic? I don't think I do. The main crux of it, if you got through the 11 minutes of this goddamn, is that when you're designing demons and monsters in a supernatural series, be creative. Don't just make them regular-ass looking people and just say they're demons. No, make me believe that this is a monster of beyond my understanding. Please. 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 Wesley. Just try that. If there are any manga writers in the audience, or, comic book artists wanting to do a supernatural howsy what's it, just keep that in mind, baby. Keep it in mind. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the blood elf, fear the stabbopotamus, and death to Kronos. Ooh. Seriously, I wiki-binged Blue Exorcist. I feel like I'm glad that I skipped on by that. It doesn't look good. No offense to anyone who likes it, but I don't know about that one. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, baby. Let me know. Have a night, folks.